So now let's look ahead to the legal fight to come. Let's bring in Democratic Attorney General Phil Weiser, who we should note is also seeking his party's nomination for governor. AG Weiser, thank you for your time. First off, will this work? Will President Trump's pardon actually free Tina Peters?
No, this is a lawless act. It's an act of intimidation. It has no basis in American law. Our system of government gives states authority to run their own criminal justice systems. As you noted, there was a trial. There was a conviction by a jury. There's an appeal to the state courts. All that is happening under the rule of law. This president doesn't respect the rule of law, but he doesn't have authority to undermine how we operate our judicial system here in Colorado.
We have seen this on a number of issues where essentially the Trump administration will take action and dare a court to tell them that it is illegal. My question for you is, what we're seeing a legal maneuver, or do you view it as something else?
This president apparently thinks he can pressure and bully people to his will. That's not going to work in Colorado because we honor the rule of law and believe in a system of justice that has existed in America since we became a republic, which is a system that no matter who you know, no matter what party you are accountable to the law. And that's how we're going to operate in Colorado. We're not going to give in. I've had to sue this president 45 times and counting because we keep getting these lawless demands and we're winning again and again. Those who cave in, those who are folders, they're the ones who end up sacrificing. But as long as we stand strong, invoke the law and do what's right, we're going to honor the system of justice we have here in Colorado.
You're the only attorney in this conversation, but I'm curious what you make of the legal theory being put forward by Peters' team. And it strikes me, for lay people who are watching this, right, we at least understand that there are some things that are established law, and then there are some things that are kind of questionable, right, that they haven't really been tested, and then there's theories that are just kind of totally off the wall. Where do you believe Peters' team's legal theory falls on that spectrum?
This is an off-the-wall theory. It's total garbage, and any lawyer who argues in favor of this should be embarrassed and ashamed. We've had our system under the Constitution since 1789. The president has had a pardon power since then, and no president has ever tried to do this. This is unprecedented. There's no basis in the text of the Constitution, in the history of the Constitution. We need to hold our constitutional system. We need to hold the rule of law. That's the basis of our democratic republic. We obviously will fight and resist this, and there's no legal authority in the Constitution. I just, for the life of me, don't understand why this president isn't willing to do what every other president had done, frankly, even the first Trump administration, which is to ask lawyers, can we do this? And as you noted, there's some issues that are beyond the pale, that have no basis in law. This is one of them.
A.G. Weiser, one final question for you here. Practically speaking, what happens if representatives of Tina Peters and or the president show up at the state prison in Pueblo tonight or tomorrow and say Tina Peters is coming with us? Will she be released by the state of Colorado while this plays out?
No, there's no legal authority for any federal government action to take a prisoner who's in state custody, lawfully having been tried, convicted, and sentenced. This is an important principle of our Constitution. And everyone who says they care about the rule of law, about public safety, and our Constitution needs to care about this issue. Ben Franklin said when he left the Constitutional Convention, we have a republic as long as we can keep it. This is one of those moments.
Attorney General Phil Weiser, thank you very much for your time. We'll talk again soon.